first. Do that and then start to think of advertising. She has a great point. It costs $2. If you have a Facebook page, it can cost $5 to have your post show up more. It's not that expensive. It's worth trying. If you do a large-scale thing, it can be more expensive. The thing about advertising is now we've kind of live in this inbound marketing world now. People don't want to have information pushed on them anymore. They want to go find something that's of interest to them. So think about that thing that they want to search because it's a search society and have them come to you for free. What do we got? Right here.
Given the amount of information that's out there, are there any apps that you use besides maybe like a Flipboard or Hootsuite to aggregate the feeds from Twitter and Facebook and LinkedIn?
So I don't know if you're not using multiple social networks, so it sounds like some of you have challenges there. Eventually it can be very time consuming, and so you're trying to figure out how to maximize the communications. What I would say is start thinking about what you're trying to push out on the different social networks. If you use a tool like Hootsuite, you can send out one message basically to all your different social sites. What the issue there is that you communicate in different ways. So LinkedIn might be very professional. Facebook, they might want to be that personal side. I didn't get to one of the slides earlier today is that when Facebook shares or likes most happen is on Saturday and Sunday. It's just proof that people are using it more for personal issues. When they, I forget what the other stat is, one of the other, if you look day by day of when people are most active, noon is the most active. Where Twitter, it's more after night and more kind of in the business time. So when you're pushing out things via Hootsuite, a hashtag from Barron's top advisors, something on LinkedIn, it might start to get annoying people if it's in 3 different places. With that said, there's still a benefit to it because I had an advisor say, why do I want to send it out, this content in my e-newsletter, my Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, et cetera, and put it on my website? And I said, because people now digest information in different ways. They're not linear. They don't go one way for information. Information's a fire hose. When people are drinking from the hose, they're not going to drink all the water. You want to be there. You want to be in that social network or whatever marketing tool it is. So it's kind of a double-edged sword to those types of tools. Any other questions? I'm sure you have a ton. Okay. Oh, Pinterest. So it's interest with a P. And what it is, it's imagine a scrapboard, and people like photos, and they put like a collage. Like this is an interest of, it's really popular for weddings and food, believe it or not, but there's becoming more and more interest. So they put these little clusters, they call them boards. And so advisors can get out there and put, helpful tips about saving for retirement or whatever. And it's uncharted territory, but I said it earlier, I was not supposed to say it again, but marketers can kill everything eventually. They start to go and blast away. Pinterest is something that they're not quite there yet, so there's still an opportunity if you can get access to use it. Do we have to wrap up? Or
I can take one more question or two more questions.
I can stay all day. So you already asked a question. Well, I can catch you after. How about someone else? Another question? Go ahead. All right, go ahead right here. Don't shoot me for making you answer the question earlier.
Two. I've tried to use some of your ideas, but in our practice, it's a full-time job to keep the compliance updates done. Mm-hmm. Would you suggest engaging someone like your firm to do this for our practices, or how do you go about doing that doesn't essentially use up all your time, all of our time?
Yeah. Yes, I can help, and I don't want to give the sales pitch. One of the best practices with compliance is when you submit an article for your website, submit it with, here's the tweet that goes with it, here's the LinkedIn discussion that I can use with groups, here's X, Y, and Z, and so you package it, and then hopefully you can use those things over and over again. So you start to think of it as an integrated strategy. Compliance then sees it as one thing and approves it. It doesn't always work, that model, but you can try that. So the wirehouses are, I want to be politically correct because most of you are on the wirehouse side. We're working on it. We're working on it. Hi.
The model that is suggested that I think is practiced in terms of your clients or people in this room with their social media context, if I look at it as a design, it's like a hub and a spoke setup. Do you have any data or experience where you have actually the clients are speaking with each other without direct communication with the advisor, but you have the clients who end up being peers speaking with each other? Do you have any sense about that, where it's worked, what kind of experience that may have happened in cases where it's happened?
Are you coming from the angle of you're scared that happens, or you would want it to happen?
No, my own personal feeling is that I talked with a guy who had a practice where he's now doing that with some very wealthy families, and it's coming from the families. I think a lot of advisors are concerned about it because they're worried about what that kind of communication would be like.
So there's risks to it. They could unionize. One disgruntled person could make other people disgruntled. The benefit of the people in this room is you're successful. Top 100 advisors and other people invited. You probably don't have a lot of disgruntled clients, so there's less of a risk of them talking, and actually could, if they're talking at a dinner and say they have 2 other friends there, imagine that's amazing opportunities for referrals. If you're connected on LinkedIn, they can see, they might know that, we talked about this earlier, they might not know that they're clients, but they see that you're connected. If you have any kind of events, they're getting to know your other clients anyway, so the kind of the traditional marketing stuff, they're already getting to network. It's a little hard to control, but again, you're not labeling them as clients. Unless you do have a client event and you show a picture, they might get that those are people that are connected. So I think I got this sign. What I want to leave you with a couple things is listen. Use social media to listen. Remember the 3 things that are helping you be successful. They like you, they care about you, they trust you. Look for opportunities within your own client base to wow them. They just had a birth, a grandparent had a birth. You find out on Facebook, you send them roses, they're going to be ecstatic. That's the thing that they brag about to their friends. They have a death in the family. Whatever the milestone is, that's an opportunity to wow your clients. Use the tools, social search, et cetera, to go find things. And research not just your clients, but research your prospects. I didn't get to all my presentation, but hopefully I helped you. And if you need to contact me, I'll be here the whole conference. Oh, by the way, social media is word of mouth on steroids. Don't forget that. And this is how you can connect with me if you want. And I have some business cards too.
Mike, thank you very much. Those are some great actionable ideas. We have a refreshment break, then there's lunch in the Bonnet Creek Saloon. But Mike, thank you very much. If you want to hire Mike, he is a consultant. He does get paid for what we do, and he obviously does a fantastic job, if you heard.